Hello everybody, this is Pete from PA Labs, and I'm going into chapter 3 now of the Understanding the Database Layer, developing with the Pure Basic Development Desktop. Going through all the automated code pieces by pieces and showing you how to use them and what is actually being generated and created based on your parameters. Now, Chapter 3 here is all about enumerated lists. And then where do you use enumerated lists? So first we'll come over and I will show you this. And we have an enumerated list, and it is an armor type. Armor in an adventure game, there could be thousands of pieces of armor. But you break it down into types such as helmets, gloves, boots, chest armor, arms, legs, that kind of thing. So that way you can call the list to what it is you want to look at. You're not looking at thousands. So to do that, this is an enumerated list is a definitive list. This is all the possible values that there will ever be for this answer. Whenever you have that situation in your code or on a database table, you want to use an enumerated list. It's the main purpose really is for combo boxes. You're providing a list of options that is definitive. There are 1 through 10, 1 through 25, whatever the number is. There are no more that are going to be added. Usually with these sorts of things, there's going to be code tied to these values, okay? So armor type is one of those. We have these sets of armors, and that's it. So if the enumerated list is built, and we come in here, and I can click the load combo box, hit the button, and we can don't stay down. We can list all the options that are possible. All right, now if I have legs, for instance, I want to see what the value is. Well, legs is ID 4. Now, in the database, you won't store legs with what they're doing. You'll store the ID value of 4. That will never change. 4 takes up a whole lot less room in database storage than legs will, okay? So, it's a way of making choices where normally you would use a numeric value for a string. And this defines that and forms it up, and it makes your code so much more readable. Okay, so let's go look and see how. Now, I left armor is coming up in the next class, but the purpose of the armor is to make a select screen where I want to choose, and that's got, I think, a bug in it. Yes, it is deadly. I haven't quite fixed that yet. Before this code gets out there, that'll be fixed. I think he's mad because there are none that he's trying to select. Okay, so that is what this is built for. So let's first come out, and I'm going to go ahead and close this. I really don't need it anymore. I want to come over and run this guy. And let's first come over and say there is no form for an enumerated list. The purpose of an enumerated list is to get input from the user and create new or modify. Well, with an enumerated list, this is a definitive list. There are no other choices allowed. Okay, so there are no forms. There is just the enumerated list, which is the third option here. So we've created an armor type. I'm going to go ahead and modify this so you can see it's simple to make. You provided a name and a starting value. Do you want it to start at 0? Do you want it to start at 1? It's completely up to you. The number is largely irrelevant. From the user's perspective and from your code's perspective, you're going to reference things mostly by name, okay? And that may sound silly, but that's a true sentence. it makes your if sentences so much more readable and easier to prevent making errors in accidentally having the wrong value or something like that. So here we just come out and we put them in whatever order we want, and we hit save, okay? And then we generate the enumerated list code. Now I'm going to jump to the one that's actually in the codes because it's color coded and will be a lot more readable. So let's come over to armor type right here. Alright, so in armor type you get your enumerated list. It starts at 0 because that's what I told you. That's what I told it to. You have two public procedures. Get armor type, which returns the string given an ID value. So the other thing is load armor type. All right, and this could have been called load combo box armor type, but since it's the only load on this class, that was just extra letters that to type, and I didn't want to put that in. So it's load armor type. So now let's go look at the code. So there's a private procedure in here, and there is, let's look at the load armor type first. Load armor type works pretty much like the load combo name in the database. You call the function, you pass him a combo box enumerator. The combo box is cleared and then loaded. The order of these is the order that you entered them. Once you generate this, you really never generate it again. So if you wanted to come in here and change the order of this, go for it. Now, what you never ever want to do is come in and say, now we're not going to have that anymore. Well, that just changed the values of hands, legs, and feet. None of that will ever match. So never do that. Go ahead and say, put a comment in and say deleted, and then come down here and say, which one was that one? Arms. Okay. So then all we really have to do is, whoops, wrong key, is comment out these two lines. They will never see arms in the combo box to select. The value stays intact. All the existing records stay intact with their IDs making sense. Okay? So that's just kind of a safety tip there. Once you've created it and have records, never delete an enumerator, never change their order. Change their order down here in the load armor type. So the get is pretty much for like lists and list icons. So you have a column and we're having armor, the armor name, and you might want to list the type. Well, it wouldn't do any good to show the value on the armor table. That's going to be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So instead, on that armor list, you would actually do a call to the get armor type, pass in the key, and it'll return the name to go into the column for you. So that is what this is listed for. There's a private variable that I have to honestly say probably needs work. It will probably go when I get the ICE designer into this. So right now this only uses camel case, and I need to add snake case to it because I know there's a number of you that write snake case. I myself have been writing camel case for 35 years. I cannot not write camel case. No matter how much I try, it just comes off my fingertips, and that's the end of it. So what it does is if you have multiple words, first test, I don't know, it doesn't matter what it is. All right, this will come out equaling, oh, that's FIRT test, F-I-R-S-T, there we go. This will come out as first space test in the combo box, okay? That way it's a readable English. If we had DB first test, no, it will not come out DB test first test. It will come out DB first test. Okay, so he figures out where he needs to add his space down there, and then adds the space. Okay, so I need to modify that, and I will make a note to do so in my bug guy here that I'm keeping up with. We will come down here and say snake case. Make readable. Okay, so I can come back into that and fix that. That might happen earlier, but we'll see. Probably will. All right, now let's go see how we go about using this. This is chapter 3. We've used it. We know how to generate it. It goes in just fine. We come over here and let's see. Button armor, that launches the armor screens. Here we go. Button load armor type. So first we call armor type, which our class is called armor type. See that? Our database declare module is armor type. So we call armor type, and then we call load armor, and we pass it the combo enumerator from the form, and presto, it's loaded. Now you haven't selected anything, so the get the state is actually a -1, and that's never really what you ever want. So you can call select first combo, give it the same guy combo, and presto, you've selected the first record on the database. Okay, so now the maneuver that I do at the bottom of that screen when you select somebody and say what is the name of what's the ID, what's the name, this is where we get it. We come in, you do your standard indexes, get the gadget, you get the ID by getting the get gadget item data for the index, and then you can come down and say, okay, get the ID of, add a space, get gadget item text, so that returns the text out of the combo box for the selected row, and then we can just do string ID. Well, it honestly would be a whole lot easier if we would have done this. Get rid of all this great big line of code, right? This is kind of huge. Whoops. Get rid of all that garbage. Okay, so we can come into here and simply say armor type, and then say get armor type ID. Presto, you now have it. When you reference the enumerator, it's right there. So if I wanted to do a test, did they select armor type head? Let's go ahead and put that down here. We can say if ID equals, let's see, if we have this, yes, we can just say if ID equals, whoops, I keep dropping into C#, armor type # head, right? So we can do our tests this way, and now I have actually self-documenting code. If the ID of this guy is armor type head, otherwise we would have normally just come in here and said 0. What self-documenting is that? That's nothing. Okay, what is 0? Nobody knows what 0 is. We don't care what the value is, we want to know what it is. Well, the armor type is head. That tells us everything we need to know. That's where the self-documenting code and the real power behind this guy shines. All right. It's always good to have self-documenting code. You can read it and know that, oh, I meant to say head, not legs, not head. Then you can fix your code. It makes it a lot easier. So that's this video on chapter 2, and it's in preparation for playing with the armor, which is next, I believe. And so as always, I want to thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned for more, because more is coming.